Hello, I'm the Uneducated Businessman, and on project management, I spoke last time about budgeting and how to budget, but I didn't mention there are often overlooked costs that you need to consider when you're making your budget. And I want you to be mindful of these because many people forget this, and I think it's very important because there's a lot of areas that we kind of forget about and we don't cost into our projects, and that could be training costs. Now I know I talked about training costs within the project on the last video, but there possibly will be extra training needed for the staff when the project's completed. If the project brings forward a new way of working, a new software, or a completely new way of doing things, you may have to bring an outside company in to train your staff once the project's completed, and there's going to be a charge for that as well. So that should actually go into your project budget as well. So don't forget that. After training costs, after the project is completed, what will the ongoing training be to see the project get off to a flying start? There's going to be maintenance costs as well. You could look at software being or hardware being maintained. You may have to put a whole new infrastructure in, and who's going to maintain that? Who's going to make sure it carries on running for years and years and years to come? And obviously there's going to be a cost there as well, and you're going to have to put that within your budget as well. There could be insurance. Maybe your insurance will go up as a consequence of what extra service you're offering. You may be working on a budget that brings in a whole new area of work to your company. Now this may need to be looked at from an insurance standpoint as well. How much is your insurance company going to charge you to cover you for this extra work? There could also be licensing fees. If you're bringing in software, there may be licensing fees for there, and maybe even your accountancy costs may go up. Your legal costs may go up because you're getting bigger, you're bringing in more work, and these things kind of have to be thought about as well within your budgeting. Now you can kind of make this as a separate side issue. You can have the first lot we spoke about in the last video as the budget costs, and this lot as the contingency plan. What happens when the project comes to fruition with the costs? How will that affect us moving forward? And that's a great way to prepare it, to present it to your board or your colleagues or your boss or whoever, or if it's just for you, if it's your business, so you know what you're looking at long term, and you can make a view whether or not within the budget this project is worth moving forward with, and obviously maintaining, because it's not just a one-off cost. There's going to be lots of costs moving forward as well. And I would also put in maybe a contingency amount as well. Whatever you agreed on within both sets of budgeting, maybe add another 5% to it, just because in my experience most things go over budget. Most things cost a little bit more than we expect, and if you allow yourself a little bit of wiggle room there, then there's no nasty surprises at the end. I hope that was useful. I hope that's a nice follow on from the other video I did on budgeting, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. I'm the Uneducated Businessman, over and out.